Episode 24, Lessons Learned from the UnitedHealth CEO Assassination. Welcome to Executive Protection Insights, the podcast where we explore the tools, strategies, and real-world lessons shaping the executive protection industry. I'm your host, Liam, and today we're tackling a sobering topic that has sent ripples across the EP community, the tragic assassination of the UnitedHealth CEO. This wasn't just an isolated incident. It's a case study in how vulnerabilities, organizational culture, and missed opportunities can converge with devastating consequences. In today's episode, we'll break down what happened, extract key lessons for improving executive protection programs, and dive deep into actionable strategies that you can implement to better protect the leaders in your charge. We'll also talk about the critical role advanced work plays in EP and how cultural perceptions around security must evolve. There's a lot to unpack, so let's get started. What happened and why it matters? Let's begin by looking at what exactly happened. The UnitedHealth CEO was tragically assassinated during an Investor Day event. Despite having received threats in the past, he declined executive protection services offered to him the day before. His decision was influenced by a corporate culture that viewed visible security as bad optics, something that could make the company seem unapproachable or overly cautious. Now, the event itself was widely advertised, giving the attacker everything they needed to plan. Even with venue security in place, the attacker was able to walk through the premises unchallenged. Let's pause here and reflect. How often do we see these factors play out in other organizations? Leaders decline protection because they fear it sends the wrong message. Events are promoted publicly with little thought to the security implications. And venue security, while present, often lacks the proactive strategies needed to detect threats early. This is why this case matters, not just for UnitedHealth, but for every organization with high-profile leaders. It forces us to ask hard questions about the systems we have in place, the decisions we make, and the cultures we've created around security. Key lessons from the incident. So, what can we learn from this tragedy? Let's break it down. Lesson 1. Security services must be normalized. Declining executive protection due to optics is not uncommon, but it's a dangerous gamble. In this case, the CEO prioritized the company's image over his own safety, a decision that had irreversible consequences. Lesson 2. Event advertising must be controlled. The Investor Day was widely promoted, giving the attacker all the information they needed. This is a common issue. PR teams and security teams often don't collaborate closely enough to strike the right balance between transparency and discretion. Lesson 3. Venue security needs to be proactive. Even with armed personnel on site, the attacker moved freely through the venue. Post-COVID norms, like mask wearing, make it even harder to identify suspicious behavior without proactive surveillance. Lesson 4. Comprehensive coverage. Across locations is essential. The CEO stayed at a hotel just a block away from the event venue, but there was no coordinated security between the two locations. This gap created an exploitable vulnerability. The role of advanced work. Now let's talk about advanced work, the foundation of any successful EP strategy. Advanced work is about more than just identifying potential threats. It's about ensuring there are no weak links in the chain. Imagine if an advanced team had scouted the CEO's hotel and transit route. They might have identified the need for additional security or flagged the proximity of the hotel to the venue as a concern. Advanced work includes assessing venues for vulnerabilities, mapping out secure routes with contingencies, coordinating with local law enforcement or venue staff, establishing clear protocols for every step of the itinerary. When done correctly, advanced work doesn't just mitigate risks, it creates a seamless, secure environment where threats are neutralized before they even materialize. Building a culture of security. One of the biggest challenges we face in EP is shifting the mindset around security. In this case, both the CEO and his parent company's leadership resisted visible protection measures because they feared it would send the wrong message. Let's be honest, This isn't unique to UnitedHealth. In many organizations, security is viewed as a necessary evil rather than a strategic asset. Changing this mindset requires a top-down approach. Start by educating leaders about the true role of EP. It's not just about physical safety, it's about operational continuity, reputation management, and even organizational resilience. When leaders embrace protection, it sets a precedent for the entire organization. Security becomes part of the culture, not a reluctant afterthought. Steps to strengthen your EP program. Now let's move into actionable steps. How can we ensure our programs are robust enough to prevent incidents like this? 1. Conduct regular threat assessments. Threats evolve. Your security strategies need to evolve with them. 2. Normalize security practices. Make protection a core part of leadership roles, not an optional add-on. 3. Invest in advanced work. Thorough reconnaissance is non-negotiable. 4th, leverage technology. Tools like GPS tracking, secure communication platforms, and mission management apps streamline coordination and enhance situational awareness. 5. Collaborate across departments. Security doesn't operate in a vacuum. Work with PR, HR, and event teams to create a unified strategy. Real-world applications and thought starters. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with some thought starters. If you were tasked with securing an event like the UnitedHealth Investor Day, how would you approach it differently? What systems do you have in place to ensure advance work is thorough and effective? How can you start shifting the cultural perceptions of security within your organization? These aren't just theoretical questions. They're the foundation of proactive, effective executive protection. Closing thoughts. The UnitedHealth CEO assassination is a stark reminder of the stakes involved in our work, but it's also an opportunity, a chance to learn, adapt, and strengthen our programs so that we can prevent similar tragedies in the future. If you're looking to take your EP strategy to the next level, tools like Advanced Work can help. With features designed for seamless planning, real-time updates, and comprehensive mission management, Advanced Work is your partner in proactive protection. Visit advancedwork.app to learn more or request a demo today. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Executive Protection Insights. If you found this discussion valuable, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay proactive, and remember, preparation is protection.